Amid the continued unrest of Mayon volcano, residents are not only geographically displaced, but more importantly, face the huge financial challenge to eke out a living. From doing odd jobs to starting up a small business, the evacuees are taking it upon themselves to put food on the table instead of just merely waiting for dole-outs from the government and the private sector. Joshua Garcia gives us an update on the situation in Albay with this report. Joshua?
Yes, Mela, the Phivolcs Days Monitoring Show Mayon seismic activity continues. In an interview with Public Briefing Laging Handa, Dr. Teresito Bacolcol, officer in charge of Phivolcs, said the slow effusion of lava flow in Misigali extended to 2.1 kilometers. Yesterday, the volcano's emission went down to 959 tons of sulfur dioxide, 296 rockfall events, and 7 dome collapse pyroclastic density current events. In connection with this, Phivolcs reiterates its reminder to residents to be alert of pyroclastic density currents, lahar, and sediment-laden stream flows. The volcano's alert level remains at 3 since a high level of unrest of the magma is still expected to result in a hazardous eruption.
Yung sulfur dioxide emission po sa Mayon volcano bumaba po 595 tons per day between yesterday and today. Yung lava flow naman po umabot na ng medyo humaba naman from 1.3 naging 2.1 kilometers na from the crater. Kasi hindi po sila papasok sa permanent danger zone.
Opo.
Ligtas po sila.
Meanwhile, Mela, the PTV News team took a peek on what's going on in one of the evacuation centers here in Albay. And when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. This is how our fellow Filipinos perceive their current situation in one of the evacuation centers as they face the crisis brought about by Mount Mayon's unrest. Selling and mani-pedicure. These are just some of the strategies of the evacuees in Albay affected by the volcanic eruption. Rather than staying around all day waiting for help from the government, concerned agencies, and the private sector, it is good to find a side hustle. Most of the residents, particularly those living in danger zones that had to evacuate, have stopped working and lost their source of income. This is why Annabelle takes advantage of every situation she gets into. Instead of looking after her grandchildren all day, she manages to eke out a living by selling items that her fellow evacuees need.
Kasi nakita ko walang mga tindahan. Yung minsan maghanap sila ng kape, yung bitchin, ganyan. Kaya nagtinda-tinda rin ako dito. Ang tubo din, nagro-rolyo lang, balik-balik lang. Oo, nakatunga nga dito. Naghihintay ng ayuda.
As for Mary Joy, she used to accept laundry, do hair rebond, and any other work as long as she does it honorably and find it profitable. That's why when she and her family had to leave their residence in Barangay Lidong, she didn't waste time nor opportunity. And manicurist in Barangay Salvacion, Sitio Bicol, Santo Domingo Evacuation Center. She admitted it's not as much as she used to earn, but it is enough for her 3 children and a baby along the way.
Totally financial talaga yung kailangan dito. Hindi naman laging dilata. Saka kukuha kung hindi ka magtatrabaho. Kung hindi ka didiskarte. Yung iba, barat. Pero yung iba, good naman. At least ito, kahit papano, kahit konti lang yung kinikita mo, isa-isang araw maka 250 o 300 ka. Malaking tulong na yon.
Annabelle and Mary Joy added, although they continuously receive assistance from the government, they can't just depend on it for their other daily needs, especially with the uncertainty of how long they have to stay in the evacuation sites. Melo, we went and drove around evacuation sites in Santo Domingo and other towns, and as expected, we saw the presence of the personnel from the Philippine National Police along with the uniformed personnel coming from the local government to ensure that the needs of the evacuees, security and order in the surrounding area are maintained. And that's the latest here in Albay, Bicol. Back to you, Mela.
Many thanks, Joshua Garcia.